So I've been getting a lot of comments to build a BLOXBURG school, and I've recently just started a new town series, which so far we have a cafe and a house. So I thought I'd take some of your guys' comments, and today we're gonna build a school in my new town. Oh, and by the way, the town is called Reesesville, which came from Evelyn Plays, who got the most likes.
Let's do this!
Okie dokie smoky. So for the school, we're gonna need to probably use the biggest plot. And honestly, I'm thinking this one over here. But even this is a little bit too small. So what I might do is this entire thing now is going to be the school because it needs to be big. It's going to be housing all the pupils in this town. So on screen now is a picture of what I'm going to be trying to replicate to start with. It looks pretty complicated, to be fair. So schools these days have so many windows. Like, they want you to be getting your vitamin D, which is ironic because you do one thing wrong and they lock you up in detention where there's no sunshine. But anyway, the point here, Reese's, is windows. Schools have a lot of them, and my school is going to be no different. So we're going to have a big one here, and I think this is probably gonna end up being where the staircase goes or something. And then we have like an interesting pattern here, so I'm gonna be doing with roofs. So we have like a line here. In fact, we're gonna have that come all the way around here. Then we're gonna have another one going a little bit like that. Hell yeah, that looks good. Okay, even I can admit it's a little bit messy, but we can fix that just by making these top windows a little bit shorter. Whoops. Then we have like this corner bit here. So we do not have to follow the exact stencils here, but obviously it probably would be useful to have a little bit of curvature. And the advantage of this is we can have another pillar, making it even more modern. However, for the backs of builds, I am not going to have another ugly backed town. So notice how the cafe, I've tried to make it look beautiful on the back. Even this house, I've tried to make it look cute from the back. And so the school is going to be absolutely no different. I mean, you're not going to be able to notice it at first, but in a minute you will. And there we go. This is a nice size. So if you're wondering how I'm going to be like making the sides look nice, I'm going to be making use of our good old friend, the basic shape. And basically, I'm just going to be making some archways of my own. Is that equals pequals? I think that is. I think we should even be having that over here. And with the roofs on top, it looks so elegant, doesn't it?
So beautiful, so elegant.
And then as for the windows, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to be using the commercial ones again. Excuse me, ma'am. Oh gosh, I made a big oopsie daisy. Help, abort. Sorry, I got into a little bit of a panic there. Every time I do schools, I somehow end up using the commercial windows, but they're just the most school vibes. Like, these take me back to the 90s in my school days. No, obviously, I did not go to school in the 1990s, guys. I was still at school this year. Now, here is where it's getting a little bit trickier. As you can see, it's like, why are you not being equal? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? That actually looks kind of nice with the gap in the middle. And obviously, this here is going to have to be our reception area. So, are we thinking a revolving door? Is that too much for a school? These ones, though, they are looking very school-esque. No, I think we're gonna have to do them instead. I'm sorry, but it's just the way the cookie crumbles. Although I absolutely will be grabbing myself a small, thin, skinny diet pillar and popping this in the middle just to cover up that weird gap. And I think adding those windows there is it's just too much. But like, what else could we add there? I know, I just answered my own question in my brain. A painting that says the name of the school, obviously. Anyway, we're gonna obviously have it as a high school, but it can also be a middle school. This is very much up my alley. It's giving like Ralph Lauren. Just please load, be HD, please. It's HD. And what does that, 1986? Oh my gosh, we were just talking about the 90s. But notice how I left this one block gap. Very considerate and mindful, because obviously we needed room for these pillars. And I was not prepared to see out of plot bounds, can't place it. Shut up. And then we'll just have to double that up in the middle. And I told you guys, schools have a lot of windows. I think along the back here, we're gonna have to make them much further apart. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a greenhouse. So there we go. We'll just have a couple along the back there. And I'm not gonna worry about putting any on that side. So I guess now we should finish off the roofs. I mean, I'm trusting myself a lot here to make this actually look good, but it should, right? It should. It's gone weird. But if at first you don't succeed, try again. Did you not listen at school, guys? That's what they taught us. Okay, I was trying to make it all in one go. I guess we're just gonna have to separate some of them, but that's fine. Part of me was genuinely thinking we should be using like slate or something here, like medium stone gray slate. I know what you're thinking. What's come over you? Medium stone gray? Would it help if I threw in a little bit of brick? Okay, Okay, even I can admit, it does look a bit like a prison with the slate. Like, what do you want me to add? These ugly bricks? And hey, maybe we can add some white to brighten it up. And why did I just say hey like that? And if I give us a little twirl, oh yeah, babes, that looks so good from every which way. There's just one thing I've forgotten, which is this one. Now, should we be making that white? Should we be making it brick? Should we be making it slate? And wow, I just whipped that up like in 10 minutes, like a carbonara. So obviously we need benches and things on the outside. So we don't really have much of a front garden. We do have this. So maybe we could put some school benches here or something. And I was really concerned about this corner looking weird, but thankfully, now that we've put a big school here, we can finally stop it looking like a big slug. So how about those benches now? And what's this? That can go in woodwork class. Okay, we don't need you yet. Okay, no, do you know what? This actually works quite nicely, just having 2 little benches here. Oh, so cute. And it would be a bit weird to have picnic blankets on top of them. So I'm thinking instead, these could be like study areas. Yeah, definitely studying and not just gossiping about the day you've had.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now.
The only thing that gets you through lessons is just the thought that you can just gossip with your friends at lunch, isn't it? And we need to pick like the most cheap looking trash can. Yeah, this one is giving high school. They just didn't care. Like they would just give us the cheapest things and expect us to deal with it. I think this calls for a sneaky light. I'm gonna weasel this into our school. Okay, that does kind of eat up. I'm just gonna leave it and then we'll have a little trash can there to even it out. And then let's put some wisteria, just a little bit coming down the side as a treat. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the outside of my school. Also, I've just realized these pillars mean nothing from the inside. There's a pillar there, but from the outside, it's just one wall. So we can actually delete this and free up some more space. And obviously this here is going to be the reception. Now, I refuse to build like this. Building diagonally is a slippery slope to fall down in BLOXBURG. It makes life so tricky. So how I think we should do it is this should be the reception. And then this, I thought, could be the school gym. We have to have at least 1 2-story room. And then here, I was thinking just behind reception could be the principal's office. And now another thing about schools is the stairs were flipping massive. An African elephant could have stomped up them. And obviously, we may as well have them in the reception. Makes a bit of sense.
12 seconds later.
And oh wait, weren't we meant to put the staircase here? Okay, let me rework this in my brain. Hey, and look how much more space we have upstairs now. This can be like the little cafeteria.
I know it's small.
It's a small school, okay? We are in a town. And then in here, we're gonna have the little tiny little kitchen and then the nurse's office. And then as we go upstairs, we can just have a whole bunch of different classrooms. A little detention room is gonna be up here now and some toilets. So I'm very, very excited about this. And I know what you wanna start with. The gym. Like, come on, it's a 2-story room. Who wouldn't wanna begin with this? How dare you intrude this? Although low-key, it actually looks really good and I'm gonna do that for everything now. And as I'm coloring these gym walls a pastel blue, I want to tell you guys about a new snack I discovered the other day. A smoothie. Now you might be thinking, what the hell? You've never heard of a smoothie? Obviously I have. But this one is so simple that I want you guys to go and try it after this video. Basically, it involves 4 measly ingredients. You need a banana, an apple, and an orange. And then you need milk. That is literally it. You just blend milk with these 3 fruits and it is delicious. You'd think it would be bland because there's no sugar or anything, but it tastes so good because of the natural sugars. So yeah, you guys are welcome. Anyway, the thing I remember most is that the floor was like inscribed with a football pitch or something, or like a tennis court. Honestly, don't know. But we're gonna have red, greens, and blues in here. And personally, I think we should have it set up as a basketball match. I'm gonna be using these ones because obviously these are like the disposable ones. And then was it just my school? But we had this weird climbing equipment on the side. I'll try to put a picture on screen now. I don't know if it's just England that has this, but basically we have like this climbing apparatus. So my master plan is to pop these basic shapes with ladders. And wow, that actually looks surprisingly realistic. And now comes for the fun part, the lighting. I guess because this is a very small school, this gym might have to sometimes double as an assembly hall. So part of me is wondering if we should be putting these studio trusses in here. So we can sort of kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. We can use these as the lights and it makes a nice decoration. It does look really cool, just doesn't look very bright. But you know that I have a secret weapon in my back pocket. The basement game pass. That is right, guys. if in doubt, use the blimmin' basement game pass. And I didn't realize it's only 100 Robux. Like, that is a hot bargain if I've ever seen one. Now, we're not quite finished with the gym yet. I'm just gonna add a few extra bits and bobs, like a storage shelf, and maybe just 3 of them for some extra decoration, but I absolutely love that, and it looks so good, like, from the side. Now we need to do the reception cafeteria room. This is very important, okay? It's right as you walk in. We want to be making a good impression on these pupils. So we're going to be using, holy moly, flipping now. And then in the middle, we can make that go a shade lighter or something. Oh, that's quite nice. No, I like it, actually. It's different. It is unusual.
It's different, it's unusual, it is.
And you know, I also really like the pale colors, but rather than pale blue this time, we're going to go for pale green. Now, I'm sure at some point in this town, we're going to end up making a daycare. And that's obviously going to be a lot more pastel than this. But I still did want to add a little bit of color and love in here. So obviously, this is the principal's office. So I'm actually thinking maybe we shouldn't have the door there. We should probably have that secure behind the reception desk. And why do I feel like this is giving a school in like Wisconsin or Colorado, like one of those small town American schools, and everyone there talks in this southern accent, which I love so much. And if we're sticking with that theme, we may as well use the rustic counter because, you know, it's got that rusty style to it. And oh, hello. Now it suddenly just looks so much better just by adding this simple little island. Obviously, you don't really have cash machines in a school. You more have computers because, yeah, you don't buy people from a school. And I want to make sure that there's nice, comfortable chairs for Linda and Michael. That is who I imagine works here. Linda and Michael. If those are your parents' names, then that's creepy. And do you know what else I like to add in my schools? Those pens that they put on like a chain. And I say it every time. I don't know why they do this. Like, I ain't gonna steal your pen, Susan. Like, you're acting like it's some Versace pen. And then also in a reception, you're gonna need lots of storage. So I guess we could just put these boxes in. This is an easy way to fill it up, innit? And we can't forget, we're doing this whole room. So we should probably be putting some flowers. I've always thought that the contemporary one looks just perfect. And this is the one item in Bloxburg that they got perfect with the default colors. Do you know what I mean? Like, there is no need to change the color on that. So as we shuffle over into the cafeteria, the busiest room in this school, we're going to be painting these tables blue. Because I feel like that's quite a school vibe, right? And oh my gosh, you just know that the cool kids table is going to be the one under the stairs. There was that table at school, and honestly, I might have been the person who sat on it. But that is going to be that one over in the corner. We've got to make sure, yep, there's enough room to weasel around. And since this is sort of like the communal area of the school, hello lockers! But we will have some upstairs as well, don't worry. And so I guess we can just pop them up in this corridor now. That is perfect. And there's one other thing I'd like to do in this corridor. It's gonna be a custom chandelier. Now, I've actually got inspiration here from someone called Faulty. You probably know him from YouTube. Now, I didn't actually watch the video, like, sorry, Faulty. But basically, I saw a thumbnail and I saw what looked like a custom light. I don't know if that's what it was, but that's what I'm gonna try and build here. Basically, it's going to involve a lot of these semi-transparent cubes, and we're going to be resizing them to different lengths, different widths, different shapes, different dimensions. And then we're going to go on to the smaller grid, a little bit more mismatch, and we're going to make some higher, some shorter. And now is the fun part. We get to make them a bunch of different colors. Then we'll get rid of the floor, and how we're actually going to make this into a light is easy. We just put a flat light in the middle. Wow! It looks great, right? It doesn't look bad. That's all I care about. And then if you're wondering how to hide lights on a second floor, because obviously you can't go into the basement up here, we're going to be using the scented candle. And then you're just going to need to find nifty little places to hide it, like in between lockers. I'm just thinking, again, some more windows into Principal's office, but these are going to be the first windows in this massive school that I'm actually going to be bothering to put curtains on because, sorry, this is the Principal's office. It's no laughing matter, okay? The Principal is the most respected person at the school. Well, they should be. And they probably won't want to watch people eating their lunch, stuffing their faces up. The hairpin! And we're going to be stealing Kirsty's chair and her computer, actually. Thank you. And what we can do with this extra generous amount of space is we can add a meeting table. Because I have a story. I think I've told it once before, but I'm going to blimmin' tell it again. I was in, like, my last year of school, and I got sent out of class. I got sent out for, like, talking or something silly like that. The head teacher walks past, the principal, and he's like, oh, why are you out here? And I'm like, oh, I got sent out. He was like, come with me. I was like, sorry? Although, obviously, I didn't say that because, like, I'm not going to get myself into more trouble. Anyway, he marches me off to his office, and he's like, you can stay in here the rest of the lesson. I'm like, sorry? Like, I haven't done anything wrong. You just brought me here for nothing. And he's like, oh, no, you can just stay here. And then he came back, at the end of the lesson. And I was like, why have I been here this whole time? He was like, oh, sorry. Is that all you're giving me after you just locked me up in your office for an hour? And finally down here is the blimmin' nurse's office. So I'd be very surprised if a single person watching this hasn't been to the nurse's office at least once in their life. And you know a little bit about what they look like. And then we're going to be having a little cabinet as well, just so it sort of looks like we're storing some medicine or something in there. Now, we haven't actually had a hospital update on BLOXBURG. So until we have one, we're going to have to keep using these as the chair. We're obviously going to need a phone in here so you can like call the parents if it's really bad. And now we can pop up to the classroom. So I'm going to be starting off with the bog standard classroom, and this is going to be the bog standard one. Firstly, I'm going to be popping these along the wall. Now, don't worry, I'm going to change these to be like maths or English, but no matter what it is, we're obviously going to need to have the teacher's desk in the corner. And the reason I'm putting it in the corner is to be the most space efficient. Anyway, we're going to be using some square tables and some long tables in here. And you might be thinking, well, this is pretty boring, Reese's.
You're basic.
That's why I called it bog standard, guys, because in the next class, we're going to be doing an art class. We're also going to be having a music class. And just because I blimmin' well feel like it, I'm going to add a little feature wall along here. So next up, I said I'm doing art class. That might have been a little teeny weeny lie. I'm actually just going to quickly do the toilets because what is more fitting? We've been talking about bogs for the last 5 minutes. So over in this corner is art class, and I've already sneaked in a piece of wisteria. So we're going to be making the walls very earthly like, but art teachers were always like so down to earth. I was thinking we could use these console tables as the desks because obviously in art class, because look, they're kind of tall and big. This is one of the things I do not miss about school, is sitting on those uncomfortable stools in art and in science. It was just terrible. I built a little easel, and look, it's fully copy and pastable for £2 grand. Criminy. Now, is it bad if I want to make this look like an insane asylum? Like, I'm not trying to make you go crazy in here, but if you've been misbehaving, then you ain't going to be looking at no pastel wall trims. I'll tell you that for free. But I'm not going to add computers because once we were given computers in detention and we were all just playing Roblox, emailing each other. I'm not joking. Okay, guys, here we are outside of West Coast High School, established in 1986. As far as school exteriors go, this has got to be one of my best ones ever. And the fact that this is just a cornerstone in the town just makes it look amazing. And for those of you who are curious, this town now values at $944,000, 943. Oh, I read that wrong, but you know what I mean. Anyway, enough gawking at the outside. We've obviously got a nice bench, which imagine you live there, guys. That would just be so easy to come down the hill. You can even like wave at your mum up there in the bathroom. So let's say you were just looking around the school, because that is what we're doing. You would arrive in reception and you probably sit down, be offered a banana or something. Yummy! And then here is the reception desk. And wow, that banana really getting in my face. And just behind the reception is the principal's office. So this is where I would be. I'd be closing all of these curtains, please. I do not want anyone looking in here at me while I'm secretly not doing any work. I'm just reclining in my chair. Pizza to West Coast High. But yeah, I really do love the principal's office, to be fair. Could definitely have some fun meetings in here. The school gym. We did this first, so I wouldn't be surprised if you forgot it a little bit. But I love how we can be having a basketball game in here. And let's see if I can score. Come on, come on, come on. Oh! No, I will not take no for an answer. I will not take no for an answer. Come on, come on. Oh, that was so close. Come on, I can do it. Go! I'm not gonna lie, the canteen's probably my least favorite, but it's nice how it looks into the reception, which looks very beautiful. And we also have the kitchen here, so this is where the chef will be. I'm very sorry if you're the chef here. It's no Gordon Ramsay style kitchen, I will be honest there. And if you've had a little oopsie daisy, then you can come into the nurse's office. And I don't know why I'm in a sport outfit. And oh look, the food has arrived. I need to get my pizza. Hello, sir. I like your hat. I love the hat, actually. Yes, this is our maths classroom. I added some nice maths symbols in here. And honestly, I could do with a pizza right now. And then this is like the music room. And oh yeah, look, I was adding little music notes on the side. And finally, we have art class, which is worth a little boogie. Yeah, I love art class. I think it's so cute. Notice how, look, what a coincidence is that, guys? It's literally the exact wisteria decal was on that art class thing. I thought, what a sign to add it. Let me know what you want to see me build next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.